Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to be looking at taking a piece of magic, a brand new piece of magic, and turning it into something that's unique to you. Let's get started. Hey guys, so now we're going to look for some magic. I'm here on one of the more popular sites for magic. This is called Penguin Magic. It's a place I enjoy quite a bit. Let's see what we got here. We have some best sellers. What's Revolve? This is Hypervisual Card Change. Nicholas Lawrence. This guy's a pretty epic
Abstract
creator.
Effects presents.
Oh, that's nice. Oh. Hold on. What happened there? Okay. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. What's it say here? Plastics. Okay. It's not really something I do, but that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. So one of the first things I like to do is look through and see if you can just imagine yourself doing one of these things, just the visual things. What's Astronomical? Astronomical by Peter Turner.
I'm interested in pinnacle divinations. I'm interested in guessing words. And I think I love this project more than any other. Even if you're not interested in star sign divinations.
Okay, this is his star sign divination. This thing is pretty cool. Pete's actually worked with me on some of this stuff in the past. This is cool. This is not something that fits my character, but pin code divinations, any or even astrological star signs, all that stuff is Pete's domain. If you want to look into stuff, Peter Turner's your guy. Like for instance, something I really loved was the Strange Travelers idea by Paul Harris. It's out of stock. I already have it, but I like to kind of look for effects I love and maybe see what we got. This is based on Princess Card Trick. I don't know if this is going to show up anything, but it's worth a look. This is what I was looking for. I had seen this and I was curious about it.
Alright, here's a really weird card. I haven't hypnotized you or anything like that, but if I put this card back, so you can see there are 5 cards, and it's still missing. And that's because the card isn't missing from here, it's missing from another one. It's a really weird feeling.
Okay, this is actually something I was looking at. The Forgotten Princess. It's based on an old principle, the Princess Card Trick. I think this is what I'm gonna get. Yeah. So I like this. This is cool. I like that someone in the reviews are talking about this. The presentation may need to be may need a little work. Okay. Okay. I think this is the one. I had my eye on this for a little while. Let's go ahead and add it to cart. This is the one. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out, and I'm gonna check back in with you guys once this comes in. The gimmick itself comes in this packaging here, which is cool. It's just a simple little package, keeps the cards nice and safe. These are actually red back, and then from the front, I can't show you that, they just look like this. We're not going to method. This is not the place to do method. If you do want to look at method, the link is in the description below. So, because they're red back, I went in, bought a couple decks of red back bicycles because we are going to perform this. So I have a few different ways that we can choose to present this piece of magic. I like to call them frames, but essentially they're just presentations for the magic itself. I mainly just want to show you the process I go through when I'm thinking about any type of magic. So, idea number 1, just do it exactly the way the instructions say. This was actually a tip given to me by Eugene Berger. Just do it the way the instruction says until you can do it in your sleep, and then feel free to change it around. Work on something that's more real for you. Alexander Marsh goes on to talk about his presentation, which is the first presentation I want to talk about. In his presentation, he does this sort of pseudo-mentalism hypnosis thing where he has you forget a memory.
Also, almost forgot. Literally, almost forgot. If you were like...
I think this is interesting. I think it's an interesting plot, and it's the one the instructions say. So maybe try that out. But I'm not sure it fits my character. An idea is, and this is based off an old Eugene Berger idea. He had a similar packet of gimmick cards, and his premise was kind of cheeky because he would say, we're gonna make a card vanish, the one you're thinking of. So that's an interesting premise, and you could feasibly do something here with these cards. You could add in a blank card and do something like that if you wanted. That's the second way. And then I started thinking, okay, those are some more like generic ideas. Either they've been pulled from classics or they're pulled from like really great influencers. But what is something I'm interested in? One of the things I think is extremely interesting, there's a very high probability that you and I, right this moment, are living in a simulation. Yeah.
We all might just be a simulation.
I find it hard to argue against that possibility.
More and more people outside of programming are becoming familiar with this concept. I don't know. I think that's interesting. My dogs bark a lot whenever I say simulation. Maybe they're like, hey, stop talking about this. Don't put it on YouTube. Basically, I just became Alex Jones. And if I say that, does my channel get flagged? I mean, I only have like 4 subscribers, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't entirely know what this is going to look like, but the basic idea is, what would it look like if we were in a simulation? I think that is the frame that I want to use around this. Now, the frame doesn't mean the script. It just means, how are you framing this piece of magic? You have this frame here, and you want to put the magic inside of the frame. I think that's a good, solid foundation. I think the most important thing is being open about your interests. If you're interested in sports, pull that in somehow. There's a story about a guy who took a very dark piece of magic that was traditionally used in like Halloween situations and made it about his favorite sports team winning the Super Bowl. Think about that for a second. It went from the story about death to a story about dreams coming true and him winning the Super Bowl. Same exact piece of magic, different frames with slightly different props. Point is, find a piece of magic you like and make it completely unique to you. Find things you're interested in, maybe write them down, write down the pieces of magic you do, and if you want to make it more personal to you, figure out ways to include it. But creating frames, this isn't a story, this isn't a complicated theatrical thing, it's just a frame that we plastered on this painting that Alexander Marsh made based off of a classic called The Princess Card Trick. So now, let's go try and perform it. Let's see what happens, guys. What are the chances that you think we're in a simulation? Like, do you think it's probable at all, or do you think it's...
Yeah, if scientists are saying so.
And that's the weird thing, because like scientists can be wrong, but this thing, like Elon Musk, all these people are saying it. But I have this idea, and it could go completely off the rails, but I think if it works, I think it'll prove that we're in a simulation. But if we prove it, what if they like restart the whole thing? Oh well, we won't know, right? We won't know. So again, I'm gonna have you look at the cards, and you're just gonna think of one, okay? Mm-hmm. You got one?
No, hold on.
Okay, yeah. Just think of one. You got it?
Yeah.
Again, I want you to make sure it's your choice. Mm-hmm. So hold your hand out. The weird part of the simulation is if I mix these up and you just think about your card and hold it here, but don't do anything else. Just think about your card. The weird part of this is when you look, your card should be missing, right?
Yeah. What the?
But here's the thing.
Whoa,
here's
whoa,
the thing.
whoa.
This is what's weird about the simulation. If we put it back and we start to mix it up a little bit, this is where I think I found the bug. Right?
Yeah.
Because look. You see your card?
No. What the crap, bro? I'm not kidding.
No, but look.
That's weird.
Hold your finger out.
That's weird.
And very, very slowly think about your card.
Yeah.
And when you touch it, say it. Right?
Jack of Hearts.
Yeah.
And it's there. Oh my God, bro. I'm not kidding. It was not there. That's
I think we're in a
weird.
simulation.
That is weird.
So what just happened?
He made me think of a card, and then I thought of the card, and then he put a card in my hand, and I looked at the card. It wasn't my card, and then I looked in the deck, and the card wasn't there. And then he put it back in the deck, and then when I touched it, thought of the card, said the card, it was in the deck, which is weird. That's crap.
So we live in a simulation, is what you're saying.
Maybe not. I'm not a scientist. I don't know.
Awesome. Hey guys, so that's kind of the rundown of buying a brand new piece of magic, finding out a solution of how to frame that piece of magic, and finally, just going out and trying it out. I learned actually quite a bit about this sort of things. One thing is, not everyone's gonna know what the simulation idea is. So if they're not, in this instance, I have to be prepared to explain it, which I absolutely am, because again, it's something I'm interested in. And then two, there are smaller things here and there that I can improve on, but the goal was to kind of go out, find something you like, and try it on. See how you like it. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you liked any of this, like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell. See you guys next time.